Throughout football history, wise men have congregated to bring you the best stats, predictions, and analysis of the game. These are not those men. 3 derelict Oakland Raiders fans expelled from clown school for shaping inappropriate balloon animals at children's birthday parties and borrowing the school clown car to attend a Murphy's Law gig in Brooklyn. With no ambitions outside of rodeo barrel racing and the Shiner Circus, they made their way to the rolling hills of northwestern New Jersey and established a home at the Irish Cottage Inn. Surrounded by Jets and Giants fans, they called in reinforcements and established a circus sideshow of their own, known as the New Jersey chapter of the Black Hole. Join the party each week on the Fan Club Blitz, a wild ride into the world of die-hard football team fan clubs from across the globe with your hosts, Splatterhead, Fitz, and Tom, Clown School Rejects.
All right, we're back.
We are back.
This is Splatterhead.
And Fitz.
Tom.
All right. I'm done with non-Raider-related football team clubs for the rest of the season.
Thank God.
Okay.
All right?
I'm still trying to recover from last week.
I'll tell you what. That was a wild ride.
Yeah.
It was a long ride.
Yeah.
We got to know everything that we didn't even want to know.
Yeah. You guys see the pic on Facebook? Ken Cruz.
Love it.
Yeah. Excellent.
He heard the podcast and he was like, hey, I work 20 feet from there. I'm going to go down there in my Raiders gear.
There you go. I would every day. I'd go walking in there.
I'm going to meet up with him Tuesday. Ken's a cool dude. He makes custom action figures.
Oh, awesome.
Nice.
Yeah, he made one for Murph. He's got a little Murph action figure.
Oh, cool.
It's posted up on the
Very cool.
it's posted on Murph's Facebook page, and it's pretty cool. But he makes some cool stuff. So
All right.
it's Monster Mash custom action figures.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
Cool. That's always good to know.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm going to meet up with Ken on Tuesday and have a beer at the Playwright 35th in my Raiders gear.
Bring
The nation is at the gates.
bring earplugs in case the head shows up there. She'll talk to your ears bleed.
Yeah. Hey, that's the way we roll, man. Go in there and put my feet on her chair. Where's Norm's bar stool?
They just better hope that we don't show up there on a bye week in our Raider gear to watch a game.
Yeah.
With Giants T-shirts on underneath, and we'll all take off our jerseys at the same time.
I'm not wearing a Giants T-shirt.
I might do that just to screw with them, because it's the comedy factor.
Yeah, it's true.
That's true. Because and after we get into it for a little while, because then after they see the possibility of what our beer tab is going to be, let's see if they're going to actually throw us out of that bar. I don't see it happening.
Yeah,
because I'm sure that those Dallas Cowgirl fans over there, their bar bills are not anywhere near what we can produce. I can almost guarantee that. And that's just the 3 of us. I'm not even talking about the rest of our group.
And Raiders fans are not known for being very easy to be ejected from some place that they're not wanted.
No. Yeah, that's true. That's true.
So today's show, we have an interview lined up with Raider Doug, who is from the Black Hole, Seattle.
Awesome.
Talk to him about the Black Hole chapter out in Seattle. Talk about what they got planned for maybe the preseason game next week. See if they got a watch party, if they're going to the stadium, what they're doing. And
nice. Wait, I was beginning to think that we were the Black Hole Seattle, being that we've had about 14 seconds of sun this summer and rain for about 3 months.
Yeah, it seems like we're in Seattle.
Yeah, it does, and
it doesn't rain as much in Seattle, though. I lived there for years. It has rained a lot here this summer.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
I'm pretty excited that we're actually outside recording this right now.
Yeah, it's very comfortable.
Yeah.
It's almost beach-like. But I feel like I should have wore like flip-flops today.
So we had another preseason game last night.
Yeah.
Against the Packers.
Yeah, it was
late night.
I watched a little bit of the first quarter,
Yeah. It all got a little blurry for me after that.
Yeah. I just
By that time at night on a Friday,
Yeah.
there's 2 TVs for some reason.
Yeah, I had one eye open and
Yeah.
asked my girlfriend. She came out of the bedroom and I was like, "What's the score?" She's like 3-3. She's like, I think we're swapping rooms. I'm coming out here and you're going in the other room."
Yeah.
it's preseason. It is what it is. I can't sit and watch guys. I don't want to take an investment in players who may not be playing for the season. So I don't need to know. I just want to watch a couple of the main guys. I want to see how. I figured Carr would only have a couple snaps. I want to see how he did. He did good. Warren ran the ball well.
Yeah,
Arden's a stud.
Arden's a stud, man. That kid's gonna be. He's gonna be impressive.
Yeah, I was.
Hopefully with us.
Yeah, I think so. I think so. I'll tell you what, though. I think he keeps playing like that. That's going to bring Khalil right to the table and be like, listen, because you're replaceable.
Hey, they were scared of that kid last night. They didn't know how to handle that. He was in your face.
Yeah.
He's tough defensive player, man.
He's a legit player.
I like his spunk, and he's going to go. I think that kid's got a great future.
Yeah, and I think, if I'm not mistaken, I know that when they drafted him, they were talking about personal issues. I think it was like weed or something. Like he got called like weed. Big deal. So he's smoking a bone.
Yeah, not.
You know what? Play football. That's fine.
Yeah.
Let's go back to the 70s with the amphetamines in the fishbowl. Like,
yeah.
come on.
Yeah.
I was impressed with the defense, though.
I was too. Defense looked good last night.
I'm liking the defense.
Yeah.
I'm definitely liking it.
Defense looked good. There might be a couple of guys on that defense that could play quarterback too, and we could back up Carr. Maybe Harden can sling the ball around a little bit.
Maybe we could just put some glue in Manuel's hand so he can stop fumbling every 6 seconds.
Maybe, but here's the thing: there's nobody else out there that's any better.
No.
I mean, there's no quarterback right now that is any better than these two. So we're right back where we were, and let's just make sure Carr doesn't get hurt. Well, I mean, not that we have any control over that, but let's hope the line can protect them.
It's actually funny because it looks like it's going to work. Tom has his theory with Mr. Skittles, and the way it's looking now, it's looking like the Raiders are going to go into the season with 4 running backs, which means that he's going to probably get his 70 yards a game with the rotation.
Yeah. I got to tell you,
so far he doesn't have an official carry in the preseason. He had that one; it was called back. That's it. Hasn't been on the field since.
Well, he was dancing on the sidelines.
Well, there you
he
go.
was doing his bop,
Yeah.
which I laughed because I just pictured you like saying, "See, there he is.
Maybe
he's dancing. He's not running."
I don't know. Maybe his bike needs maintenance, so he's like shut down until that happens. Yeah.
well, my feeling is we don't need to see Marshawn Lynch carry the ball in the preseason.
No.
I mean, we know what he can do when he does it.
Yes.
And there's no point keeping those guys out there.
No.
I got to tell you, I wasn't that impressed with Doug Martin though.
No. I'm not. No.
And I didn't expect to be. But
I think that Warren is a legit number 2 guy here.
Yeah, I agree.
Warren's got to leapfrog him.
Yeah,
easily.
I think so.
Yeah,
he's a tough runner. I
agree.
I'm a big fan of his.
Big kid, fast, no fear. That's what
I think
you want.
I think Johnny has his sights on him being here for a long time.
Yeah, absolutely. I think so too.
We've been talking about football for like a few minutes now straight.
Well,
what the hell is going on here?
That's the first few minutes of the show.
I know. I'm just trying to keep everybody in check here. I don't want to go too crazy.
All right.
Next thing we're going to be talking stats.
Yeah,
maybe.
It's
possible. We'll be all wrong.
I will tell you, something that has to do with the quarterback situation, the backup QB, and Mac. I had the Michael K show on yesterday. It's on
It's on
it's on ESPN, so it's all over the country. But out here, it's we all know who he is because he's an announcer for the Yankees. But he wasn't on yesterday. They were talking about the Jets. They talk about everything. They were talking about the Jets, and this one guy called in and he said that the Jets should give the Raiders a 1st-round pick, a 3rd-round pick, and Teddy Bridgewater for Mac. And I think Don LaGreca's head almost exploded. He's like, why would the Raiders take a 3rd-round pick and Teddy Bridgewater and 1 1st-round pick for Khalil Mack?
Exactly.
LaGreca was like, I know they're the Raiders. They're out west. I don't know much about them. He goes, but for Khalil Mack, you got to get at least 2 1st-round picks.
Absolutely.
He goes, and then you start from there.
People have to. I can't keep saying it. People got to knock it the hell off.
Yeah.
The Raiders are not trading Khalil Mack.
No, he's going to be in uniform And I don't know about anybody else, but I'm looking forward to seeing the defense with Khalil and Arden Key in there because it's going to be.
And Bruce Irvin.
Yes.
Well, if he comes, if he's not one of his excused absences.
He'll be back.
I know. I just laugh because I almost feel like you read the recap of the game and it's like you're in high school. It's like Bruce was not there today. He had an excused absence.
Yeah.
Like,
Well,
did you get
that's
that from
all
the
right.
vice principal?
It'll go on his permanent record.
Yeah. It's in his chart.
I watched Chucky's post game press conference this morning. I wasn't up when it happened, but and he did make sure to let the press team know. We just played a football game that seemed like it was 8 hours long, so I'm tired. I'm going to bed now. Bye. But he brought up some cool points. He did mention Bruce Irvin, and he said he had he didn't use the words excused absence. He was a little more eloquent than that. He said something along the lines of he had a personal thing that came up.
Right.
But they asked him about the quarterbacks, and he goes, we're looking at who's available.
Yeah.
And the truth is, who's available? Nobody.
Trade Mac for Teddy Bridgewater and a third-round pick.
Listen, at the end of the day, Manuel's been in the league a long time. He was a starter for a long time. He's as capable as a starter can be in Buffalo. All right, so he's had a couple fumble issues in the preseason. Is he going 110% like it's a game? No. It's going to be fine. If knock on wood, God forbid something happens to Carr.
That's glass and wicker.
In my head, it's wood.
All right.
Wicker, yes, people. We're sitting in wicker.
Yep.
But I'm fine with Manuel if he has to step in for a game or two. It is what it is. There's nothing else. What are you going to do?
Yeah, we just hope that doesn't have to happen.
No.
We have 4 running backs. We'll see what happens.
Especially, let's hope it doesn't happen in the playoffs. Connor Cook in the playoffs is going to save the day.
No.
Get us all hyped with his hype video.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you can do it. Yeah, we got this. No.
If we're in the playoffs against the preseason Lions, we'll be fine.
Right.
We'll do great.
Exactly.
But, it's funny because a friend of mine this morning, he just out of nowhere, ESPN was on, so they were, recapping all the games from last night. And he saw the Raiders clip, and he just looked at me, he goes, and he's not even he's a Giants fan, he's not even a Raider fan, but he loves Gruden, and he looks at me and he goes, I can't wait to see Gruden's real personality again. He goes, not that stupid Monday Night Football happy-go-lucky personality. He goes, I can't wait to hear him mother F referees and start yelling and screaming.
You could see it last night.
Yeah,
in the preseason.
a little more and more and more.
Do you guys see that? Did you guys see that when they threw that laundry on the look on Gruden's face, and even in his press conference, somebody asked him about it.
You understand it? Did you understand the penalty? Seriously, did you? I didn't either. And I'm going to be supportive of all the rules and everything else, but I don't want to confuse these football players. This is tackle football, and I'm not sure I understand that call tonight. I do understand the rule. I've been coaching a long time. I'm totally into player safety, and that doesn't mean I understand that call tonight.
I think that was what's-his-face's point in that letter he released to the commissioner. Who was it, Sherman?
Was it? I didn't see
think that
this.
was his point. He goes, we've all been playing football since we were 6 years old.
Yeah.
He goes, this is the way you've always played the game.
Right.
Yeah.
And
he says, if somebody's leading with their head in a malicious way, he goes, you'll know what it looks like.
Yes.
Right.
Absolutely.
Go back. Watch old Raiders games. You'll know what it looks like when somebody's trying to kill you.
Yes.
When Jack Tatum comes in and he wants to kill you, or Alzado comes in, wants to kill you, you'll know what it looks like.
I think that, that was his point. You'll know when it's
right.
Exactly.
When it's wrong.
It's going to get stupid. Like last night, you can make a plot. Yeah, he led with his head. But like you said, it was with his shoulder. But unless he's flinging himself sideways at the person, his head's always going to be first. It doesn't mean he's leading with his head. Yeah.
Right.
I mean, come on. What are we supposed to just have everybody go, just fling yourself sideways and hope?
It's going to be an
happens.
interesting season. So I told Raider Doug we'd be calling him soon.
All right, awesome.
And he said, that's great. He goes, thanks. You gave me fair enough time to nurse my hangover. So
Good.
He's going to fit right in.
No, he's a Raider.
He's a Raider.
He's
a Raider.
No more doubt. No cowgirl fans and
No, we're done with that till next season.
Although-
From now on, it's all Raiders clubs. We're talking to Raiders clubs, or we're talking to the teams clubs that we're opposing.
Mm-hmm.
And if they don't step up to the plate, then it's just back to the Raiders.
Yep. We can just have another Raiders club.
We got Raiders clubs all over the country, all over the world.
I would like to just throw in, I want to steal one of our members, Rosie, who's a member of our Black Hole Club. I want to steal her name. She was watching the preseason game last week, and on her ride home, we all know because we live up here, there's a Kansas City Chief fan in the area as the flag out. And she's not from here, so she's driving home.
I knew exactly who she was talking about.
Yeah, me too.
But I want to, from now on, I want to use her name when we refer to that team in Kansas City, as she referred to them as the Kansas City Queefs.
Yeah.
I think that's going to have to be the official name now. That never gets old.
No, it doesn't.
No. I still call them the Thieves, but yeah.
I refer to him as the Andy Reeds.
Yeah, there you go.
It's just, I'm just picturing Rosie saying it and hearing it come out of her mouth makes me laugh even more because she gets so impassioned and pissed off.
Yeah.
So
I think Fitz is something's wrong with him. I think he's teetotaling today.
Oh, he is. Look, he's on some sort of lemon water with a straw.
Yeah, just
looks like he brought his own glass too.
Trust me, it's not a last thing. I'm not feeling it at the moment. Don't worry, I'll make up for it later.
Yeah. I'll text you later tonight. You'll be half in the bag.
Yeah, I'll probably be full in the bag.
Yeah. He's got to go pick up his kid or something.
Yeah, I got taxi duty.
Dad duties. I remember those days.
Yeah.
Don't they all use Uber now, man?
Well, yeah, except for we're in that little portion of Sussex County where the Uber, if you can find an Uber, is like a donkey and a cart.
Like Mennonites.
My wife,
kind of, yes.
My wife tried to get a lift yesterday because some jerk went to work in Manhattan and got off the bus, took the subway, started walking to work. I was like, what's in my pocket? It's weird. Pulled out her car keys. It's like, uh-oh. The best bet would have just been to say, I don't know where they are. But no, I called her up and was like, you're going to be really pissed off, but I got your car keys. So she tried to get a lift and no response. So she had to call that anytime taxi.
Oh, okay.
$20 to go from my house to the Y.
Wow. She should have took the bus.
It's a 6-minute drive.
She should have took the Main Street bus.
Yeah. That only takes about 2 hours to get you from there to the Y. I'm like, personally, I would have walked, but I'm not going to tell my wife to walk, especially after I took her keys. I'm like, why don't you walk? That would have gone over really well.
That wouldn't have been so well for you.
Tell you what, though, they should like set up a trolley system.
Yeah.
Little rails, which reminds me, if there's rails, what can happen? You can go off the rails.
We can't go off them yet.
Why not?
It's not time yet.
Oh, I forgot. Chuck's cracking down on us. He's putting the lashes to us.
No,
and rightly so.
Well, we're
rightly so. We get too out of control.
We're already at an hour, so it's okay.
We need some discipline here.
But the first we have to hear the truth with Tom. That comes before Off the Rails. That gets us.
Well,
in
yeah,
the mood.
no, I know, but I figured I was going to go really off the rails and just change the whole dynamics of the show.
Oh, all right. I want to hear the truth with Tom.
I always do.
All right, is it time for the truth with Tom?
Hold on. We have to check the spreadsheet. Yeah, you're good.
I can't check the spreadsheet. I have to go online, and as much as I love the Irish Cottage Inn, the Wi-Fi sucks.
It really does. It's like we're in a dead zone, man.
Yeah,
like we're on Everest.
It's terrible.
Okay,
let's hear it.
Here's the truth with Tom. I think there's going to be a running back controversy this year, and Gruden might have to put out a fire. The way Chris Warren is running, he's easily got to be the second runner, not Doug Martin. Nothing against Doug Martin, but Warren's shown he's the real deal. So that's going to cut into somebody else's rushes. Is his ego going to take it, or is his exercise bike going to continue to roll on? Hopefully, Johnny, being the coach that he is, put a stop to that real quick. Make everybody happy, And if you're not happy what he says, I don't know. Johnny doesn't really like that stuff too much. So we'll see. But you heard it here first. I'm thinking running back controversy. Week 5, maybe.
Isn't that a great position for us to be in? Though?
I think it is. You know?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
There's competition.
Hey, it looks like it's looking like to me, Chris Warren, we're going to have ourselves a good bruising 1,200-yard back for 5 years, at least.
I think so.
You know, I mean, looking at him right now. So
Listen, no matter what, I love the fact that we have the possibility of having a handful of stud runners, but just for my distorted entertainment, I want to see Marshawn pout and get on his bike just because I want to see Tom's reaction weekly to it. Outside of that, I want them all to rush for hundreds of yards, but I still want Tom to go off the edge with Mr. Skittles.
Yeah, well,
it's my own selfish.
That's probably going to happen.
Listen, if Beast Mode gets out there and performs as well as I think he's gonna, Tom's gonna be right on board.
Yes, that's not. I don't have a problem, but I don't think trying to split carries between 4 running backs is going to be good for any of them.
No, because you're not going to get into any kind of rhythm.
Yeah,
that way
so something's going to have to give somewhere. So
I agree, but I think look, with the coaches that we have, I think you're going to be able to see where they're going to know where do we use this guy, where do we use this guy, and they're going to play them positionally where they need to be, and there's a bee flying around my face.
Yeah, Chuck's got hornets.
Yeah.
Listen, I got.
Just get away from me. Come on. Hey, get away from my beer.
There's a couple
It's
of
mine.
them now.
Spit it out, you bastard.
I got faith in Lynch this year. I think at the end of the day, he's an Oakland guy. He wants to win before they leave Oakland.
Hey, I'm all with him for that.
Yeah,
I want nothing but 1,300 yards and 12, 13 rushing touchdowns out of him. I'm happy.
And I think a part of it, he is a character. He's got his attitude issues, but I think he's also smart enough to know who he could push his attitude with. Like, he knows that Gruden's not going to take his shit.
Yeah.
Jack Del Rio took everybody's shit. So
Yes.
it is what it is.
Here's what here's the thing. Here's what I appreciate about Beast Mode. The dude's a Raider.
Yeah.
He fits the bill. Yep. He loves he could be retired right now. He was retired. The only reason he came back was because he saw that there was an opportunity to play for the Oakland Raiders. After that 2016 season, he was like, you know what? I would love to come out of retirement and get on this great football team.
Yeah.
And he got back on, and it wasn't a great football team.
No, it was not.
And, people were just kind of allowed to do whatever. John Gruden's not letting him skip half a practice to film a reality show on Facebook.
No.
And-
Gruden is not putting up with that.
And
no.
and it appears from the outside looking in that he has bought into the whole. He seems to have a lot of respect for Gruden, and he seems to be mentoring guys like Warren.
Good.
And those guys look up to Lynch because he's hands down one of the greatest running backs in the NFL.
Yeah, he's still an animal as a player. He's a complete animal.
Even though he played for that terrible team for so long, he's Oakland through and through. And the dude, he loves Oakland, lives and dies for Oakland. Ride or die, he's Oakland. His mom wanted him to be a Raider. He wanted to be a Raider. Dude used to go to Raider games, and I love him for that. And I understand the issues that people also have with him, but this is a guy that would have fit in well.
My only issue with him is production on the field.
Right.
I don't give a crap what he does at interviews.
No, that's
outside
stuff.
the thing.
In fact, you love that stuff.
Yes,
That's
great. I love it.
Yeah, to me, I don't care. It's on the field. It's what are you producing?
Well, I think a lot of that, though, like we hit on earlier, a lot of that last year wasn't him.
No, it came out that a lot of it was the coaching. And the coaches let them decide what they wanted to do that day.
Yeah.
And you can't have that.
No. No, and I think he doesn't have coaches that are going to do that anymore.
No, that is definitely not Chucky.
And even Chucky said in the beginning, I need Marshawn to be 100% all in.
Yeah.
And I think Marshawn heard him loud and clear. And he seems to be 100% all in. Look, again, we haven't seen much in I don't want to see Marshawn Lynch in the preseason. I know what Marshawn Lynch can do.
Yeah.
I know what he can do. Unfortunately for him, the Seahawks didn't know what he could do. You're on the goal line. You got 3 yards to go.
That has to go down as the dumbest player.
Yeah.
entire life.
It really is.
Yeah.
You know, it's like
I get on the Cat for them the next year, and he's a little dinged up, and everybody's getting on his case because he's not doing crap, and his mom's whining, and I may get on him about that, but Pete Carroll should have been ridden out of that freaking city on a horse, man.
They should have been out there with
rails, man. They should have torch and pitchforks.
Torches and pitchforks, man, like Frankenstein.
Yeah,
they should have been right there.
That was ridiculous.
It was,
But that just showed, though, that he thought he was an elite coach.
Yeah.
But basically, he turned into a Belichick. He's so overthought and tried to get cute and
dumbest thing I've ever seen
in his keister
in a football game.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, except for some of the stuff that the Raiders have done.
Well,
We've done some dumb stuff in football games.
Yeah, it is.
But we weren't on the verge of winning a Super Bowl.
No, it wasn't the last play to win.
But
I
wanted to
when
call.
You've got the best running back in the world, he needs to get 3 yards.
Yeah.
I
wanted to call him.
No wonder he was mad.
He should have been. I wanted to call
No
Pete
wonder
Carroll.
Sherman was mad.
Yeah.
They should be mad. I want to call him the next day and say, "Hey, how does it feel that you're such a that you cowered to this other coach, that you lost all confidence in your best offensive weapon?
Yeah.
That you just go put a dress on and sit in the corner."
And he's like, well, everybody knew it was going to go to Marshall. Yeah. Everybody knew, and there was nothing they could do about it.
Okay,
you don't
great.
think he's going to get 3 yards?
Yes.
That guy, you weren't going to bring him down on that run.
Not the fact that everybody knew Marshawn Lynch should get the ball. They threw the ball right to where he would be running through.
Yeah.
Into the goal line.
Yeah.
That's what I don't understand. Why do you throw the ball that you won't hand it off, but you're going to throw it into a middle pile of people right there?
There's nothing.
Maybe Pete Carroll had PMS or something.
There's no.
That was Pete Carroll's Jet days, freaking coming through and freaking.
Right. Yeah, absolutely.
His Jets Alzheimer's.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that's where he got sucked up in. But
yeah.
So, but anyway, you heard it here first. I think there's going to be a running back controversy, and you heard it here first on The Truth with Tom on the Fan Club Blitz. And that's about all I have to say about that. So I'll talk to you next week.
All right.
All right.
Well, I think it's time to do an interview.
I think so, too.
Out of the shotgun, 3rd and 5. That's Dornick in motion. They like to go to him. Down the middle, it's going to be intercepted by Lester Hayes at the 31-yard line. A flag is down. Hayes, the man who intercepted early against Pittsburgh last week for a touchdown. And we have some pushing and shoving at the other end. Well, the Raiders like to do that. That's part of their game plan. They like to intimidate.
Dick, they'd like to get your mind off the game and onto the rowdiness and the fighting on the field. That was Pratt and Pickell fighting. It's going to be a reception. It looked like they tagged Lester Hayes for pushing in the secondary. He was there ahead of the receiver. Can't do it that way.
Interference, number 37.
To Seattle instead of the ball. Lester Hayes time. 3rd down and 18. Craig complete to Larson at the 30, but that's short of the first down. Mike Davis made the tackle. Let's see if that's enough to get Norm Johnson on the field. And now we have some more push and shove. Boy, they are ready emotionally, both sides. Maybe too ready.
We talked about emotion being the key. What had happened is Dornick came in, lost his balance, jumped over the pile, and I think stepped on Mike Davis at the end of that play. Davis came up off the ground, and he went right after Dornick.
All right. We got Dougie Rader on the line from the Black Hole chapter in Seattle, Washington, Jet City. What's going on, Doug?
Sir. Man, just recovering from last night's game a little bit late today.
Yeah, I hear you. That game started at 11 o'clock for us, so a little rough.
Oh,
Nice. What were you drinking last night for the game?
Coronas, brother.
Nice.
Gotta keep it true to the Black Hole.
There you go.
All right, there we go. We cheat sometimes.
Yeah.
Every once in a while, we'll have cucumber beer and.
Yeah, nice.
Not all of us, but these guys.
I can neither confirm or deny those allegations, brother.
We sometimes cheat and just drink whatever we possibly can.
Yeah.
Yeah, truthfully, truthfully, whatever the hell you put in front of me usually, but you know.
Right.
Exactly. All right. So, how long's the Black Hole chapter in Seattle been up and running?
We just got it up and started at the end of May this year. So I mean, it's really new. We're just starting to get in touch with our reps and starting to set some things up here.
Awesome. Yeah, we started last year, so it's good.
All right, I can
good
dig
stuff.
it. And you guys are at the New Jersey chapter, right, brother?
Yep. New Jersey chapter here.
How many guys you all got in there right now?
Right now, I think we just got about our 24th member signed up.
Nice.
That's solid.
Yeah.
And then we have we got a really big Raider presence up here in the Northwest. This is my 24th year up here in the Seattle area, and there's a big club here. It's been here just over 25 years now, the Northwest Raiders, and I mean there's hundreds of Raider fans here in the area that we get together at a ton of different spots here. You know how it is, Chuck. You lived out here. It's pretty spread out.
I got some experience with Seattle. Yeah, I was out there for quite a few years, and I tell you what, I used to go to Raiders games at the Kingdom when the Sea Chickens were still in our division.
I loved the Kingdom, man. When I moved up here, man, the Kingdom was great. I like them old stadiums, man. I was pissed when they blew it up.
Yep. I kind of wish I was still living there when they did blow it up, though, just so I could watch. But those were some fun games, man, because back in the 90s, you know, I mean, everybody that lived in Seattle was from California, right?
Exactly. And it was good times after the game, walking up and down the ramps, huh?
Absolutely, man. And you know what? Like, we know the truth, man. Nobody cared about that team in Seattle until that 12th man stands for 2012, because that's when they that's when they started getting fans.
That's it. The year they became a fan.
Wait. Yep. So wait. You're telling me? I mean, you guys were at the games there. This is coming from somebody that watched them on TV. You mean that noise meter that they showed on the TV screen wasn't real? Like that monitored the loud yelling and screaming in there?
That's actually recent. That's what they do at this CenturyLink field.
They used to do it back in the Dome, though. It used to be on when you watch the games out here. It looked fake as hell. I mean, it looked like they took it like off a board game.
No, I think that might have been a TV graphic.
Whatever it was, it's the farce of it, because it looked like a board game or something.
That could be a TV graphic, but at the same time, the Kingdom was pretty loud, man. But it was loud depending on who was there.
It was Raiders fans.
Raiders fans.
yeah. I mean, but it was loud, and and being up here, it's cold and rainy a bunch of times, especially during football season. Kingdom was always 72 degrees, man. I loved it.
Yeah,
nice.
Nah, it was fun, man. My wife can attest, though. I took her to her first Raiders game at the Kingdom, and she was like, "Man, I'm kind of embarrassed for the Seahawks just because there's so many Raiders fans in here." I was like, "Yeah, but look, it's all nobody lives in this city now except for California transplants, and their team sucks." So once
it was true.
Once their team starts winning, I'm sure some of these young bucks will start following them. Everybody in my band from Seattle, like, nobody cared about football except my drummer. He was a Seahawks fan. Now, like, all my whole crew out in Seattle are suddenly Seahawks fans. I'm like, I couldn't drag you guys to a game. I couldn't drag you to a game.
Yeah. I those fans like that, I can't take. It's the same thing with, back in the day, I knew two people from this area that were Patriot fans. Now this past decade, every time you turn around, there's 12 people with Patriot jerseys on. Like, everybody's a Patriots fan, too.
Yeah.
That's funny, man.
There is one cat out here that you see him at all, like, the town functions, like the firehouse beer bashes and stuff. This dude has had a Seahawks jersey on for a while, and he's had, like, the old style ones.
Right, some old Largent and whatnot.
And this was like the only dude everywhere, and you see him come walking into the crowd, and everybody looks at him.
That's a retarded guy, right?
Yeah.
But, I look at that differently, man. That's the guy I respect,
Yeah.
Wait,
at least he's loyal and real,
right,
through his hard times.
Yeah, absolutely.
I never resisted waving my Raiders hat in his face.
Does he have a Bosworth jersey? Is that what he's wearing?
Yeah. Actually, I think he had a Largent jersey.
Okay.
Wow.
I'll go with that then.
All right, Doug. So you guys work with the Northwest Raiders too. You guys like share events, hang out with them. Right on.
Absolutely, man. It's to us, as you know, with the black hole, man. It's not about a numbers thing and a popularity contest, brother. It's family, and and the way it's been up here is, it's Raiders first. The way I always look at it, and whether you're Tri Cities Club, whether you're from Oakland, whether you're from Denver, man, it's just about family to me, man, and that's how we look at it, brother. And so, anything we can do, other than football, man, it's all year round for us. It ain't 16 Sundays,
Absolutely, man.
Yeah.
That's the way we roll.
Nice.
It's rated 365, brother. It's a lifestyle, not a game,
Yep.
And really, man, it's like I said, it's not just the Sundays, man. It's what can you do for your community, your neighborhoods, and the rest of the year. And so, we have a lot of things that go down. The Northwest Raider Club's been here a long time, and we're trying to coordinate with them and some of the other local groups up here. And you got the Wrecking Crew down in Vancouver and Tri-City Raiders, and it's pretty cool, man, how everybody comes together. We're trying to help homeless and veterans and children's hospitals and our food banks and whatnot. Just trying to do the right thing for where you live, brother.
Awesome. Awesome.
That's the way we roll, man. Like
Yep.
I said on the last episode, a lot of these we talk to other clubs from other teams, man, and they just don't do it the way we do it, man. They don't have that drive, They get together on Sunday, they watch football games, and then that's the end of it, And Raider Nation is a whole different breed of people.
That's a fact, brother.
So where do you guys meet up to watch the games? What type of place you got?
We're just getting together our spots as the Black Hole right now, but they're not new locations. They've been locations that the Northwest Raiders have had up here for long time, and but like I said, it's kind of spread out. It's not so densely populated like the East Coast and down in Cali. People are really spread out here in this area.
Right.
So what we've done is we tried to find a couple of new places to pop up some spots, but just weren't getting a lot of traction. And we wound up speaking with the owners of a couple of bars that the Northwest Raiders we've been watching. I've been with them a long time, for 20 years or so, and we spoke to a couple of the owners there from some of the establishments, and we just set up with our South End rep down in Tacoma at the 48th Street Pub. Owner Tammy there is amazing. For many, many years has supported the Raider fans here, and we got that decked out, made our view party there last night. And then for the North End, just north of Seattle, will be in Mill Creek at Peebo's. The owner Ed there, another amazing supporter of the Raiders here, the Raider fans here. So we want to kind of give back to them that have been given to us for so many years, and have our sponsors really do the best they can to show the love back to them.
That's great.
Yeah.
Good. I'm gonna have to put a car horn over that.
I thought the car horn was just exclusively for me.
No.
Hey.
Somebody's yelling outside.
Yeah.
We're outside
Let's
today.
see.
We're on our
if we can
back
set the-
deck.
Yeah, we're being.
We'll see if we could set the record for car horns today. Let's go.
Oh,
No, that's a big pain in the ass for me.
Yeah.
I gotta sit down and edit this damn thing.
yeah. Then I get like the drunken text messages from Chuck, like, "Hey, come on, what the f, man? He goes, I got been editing here for hours. Damn car. Our show's 90 minutes of car horn."
Yeah.
Love it.
So what? You guys have anything planned for the preseason game? Anybody going?
Yeah, absolutely. Next Thursday, the game here, we'll be at the Pyramid Brewery there, right on First Ave,
right across the street, man.
Right across the street. 2 years ago, we did that. The Northwest Raiders put it together, and we probably had at least 1,200 Raider fans there. Just completely took the place over, and
Wow.
And that just for that party, in the stands, thousands and thousands, but just at our party. And this year we're doing it again because, last year we didn't have it here because we were in Oakland for the preseason against the Seahawks. And so this year we're doing it again. It's going to be big. Got our reps coming through somehow. I don't know how, but I talked the event planner into talking to his bosses there at the Pyramid, and it's allowing us to bring our Corona signage in and whatnot with the Black Hole. And we're just going to deck it out all outside and all through the tents and whatnot. And all the Northwest Raiders, Tri-City, Wrecking Crew, everybody's going to be up here. We'll show out real big, man.
Nice. Yeah, that
Awesome.
Pyramid, that that brewery, that bar is actually pretty good size too, man. You fit a lot of people in there.
Yeah, it's decent size inside, but we literally take over the outside. They like fence it all off, and it's just huge all out front, right across from the Safeco, the Mariners there, and then the Clinks around the corner.
That's awesome, man. Wish we could be there.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome, man. I'll send you some pictures of what it was last time 2 years ago up here, and get an idea of what it's going to look like this coming week here.
Awesome. So you guys have do you guys have like a Facebook page or?
Yeah, we have
website?
we're on the face. We got a Facebook page up and running now. It's the Black Hole Seattle chapter is the name of the Facebook, and our Instagram we just got up and running too is the Black Hole Seattle, all one word.
Awesome. Awesome.
And man, we're just trying to give it a follow, man. And what we try to do is just, we're just trying to get it up and running and link in with all the other chapters, and just another way to bring more Raider fans together, more family, brother.
Yeah. I'll tell you, you're doing a great job. I mean, you have 100-something people. You just started in May. I mean, that's off to a solid start.
Oh, no. We got about 24, 25 signed up members.
I thought you said 120. Okay, my bad. Sorry about that.
No,
I thought you said 124.
I said there's hundreds of Raider fans here. I mean, like in our local area, it's just going to explode. People are starting to, hear about us and see us around with, that, and, we had a lot of people last night asking about it. Hey, how do I sign up, brother? Hey. No problem. It's right here. You go to the blackholefans.net and make it happen,
Well, hey, even with 24, I mean, what we have, like 5?
Yeah, when we first started, yeah.
For a while. So the 24 is solid, too, for the small amount of time.
And you do have a lot of Raiders fans up there in the Pacific Northwest, man.
Absolutely, brother. It's just going to explode and get bigger and bigger. The more exposure as the season goes on, we'll just continue to grow, and
word of mouth, man.
Of course. And listen, there's millions of people listening to our podcast.
Millions.
So once they hear about it, they're going to be flocking.
Millions. That's he's using millionth like a fraction.
I thought he said millions too, and I was like, great, I finally get a beach house.
It's touching on that on membership. You don't have to be in an area where there is an active chapter. This is open to anyone worldwide. I mean, what do we have now? 23, 24 chapters in 4 countries.
Yep.
So, I mean, as far as that goes, anyone, I don't care if you live in, Irkutsk or something, man. I mean, you can still be a Black Hole member, and, it's a one-time fee, man, brother. You're a member for life. So
I'm drawing the line at France, but anywhere other than France, we're good.
So I mean, honestly, man, it's the blackholefans.com, and you can make that happen there.
Absolutely, man. And then again, if you've got if you're in one of these cities and or one of these areas, and you don't, there's no chapter nearby, you can still join as a member. Or
absolutely,
if you got, you got a handful of friends and you're dedicated and loyal and ready to put in the work to represent what the Black Hole is and what Raider Nation is, man, you can start your own chapter. There's a process. You hit up Rob and if you're right for us, man, then we're right for you.
Absolutely, brother. The other thing is, too, even if there ain't a chapter, I mean, unless you're living like a damn hermit and you don't go nowhere, man, I mean, we're all over the place. And anywhere you're going to touch down, there's a chapter. You let your brothers know before you come, and they'll make sure you know where all the righteous stuff's at,
Absolutely. And that's not 16 weeks.
No,
that's all year long.
Yeah, we just got back. Me and my wife, Darlene. I'm the vice president. She's the president up here. We just got back from Rosarito Beach a few weeks ago. We were down there for the Baja chapter launch.
Right on.
There, and it was pretty righteous, man. We just showed nothing but love, and it's just the way family's supposed to be, brother.
That's right.
Hey, listen, you find your way out to Jersey anytime. We'll get you faced. That's our job.
Yeah, we'll take care of you.
Any month of the year.
I'll hit up Phil and his buddy Jimmy Adams before I get out there, man. We'll get it in.
That's right, man. And before, eventually, our Raiders are going to be back out here at MetLife, and we're going to throw down.
Oh,
We're gonna
yeah.
have a nice big party then.
We got a lot of years to make up for that they haven't been here, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, we get the 2 chances there between the Jets and the Giants,
That's
depending on how that schedule rotates, you know what I mean?
Yep, exactly.
I'll tell you what, it's been it's been years, but I mean it's happened when they played both of them in the same season here. But it's been a long time.
I've got a pretty good size a group of friends there in New York too, at the Silver and Black Empire that always tell me, brother, when you get out here, like, man, it's just family, brother,
Yep. Yeah, no, we're real tight with the Silver and Black Empire too, and with the Jersey Shore Booster Club, and
absolutely.
The Philly Black Hole chapter,
Staten
DJ Mike, Staten Island, New York Black Hole, JT and Chris are awesome cats, man. It's just it's a lot of fun, man. It's all one big family, so we're happy.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to getting out there and getting it in.
Yeah,
definitely.
We just be careful at that Black Hole chapter in New York, man. You gotta make sure you eat some bread. Get some of that New York pizza in the morning, because they got an open bar at their joint for every game. It's like $30, and you can drink anything you want. and $30.
Shit, I'm on my way. What's up?
Yeah,
Flight
exactly.
deals now.
Yep, exactly. So
you easily drink your $30 worth.
Yeah, they throw down hard in Staten Island.
10 minutes.
Shout out to the Shaolin Black Hole chapter, because they know how to rock.
Man, I can dig it, man. I definitely need to touch base with these guys.
Yeah, they're a lot of fun.
Yes.
I had a lot of fun there. I don't remember the trip home.
Yes.
I know I was soaking wet because it was pouring rain, and I'm still standing outside trying to smoke a wet cigarette.
Nice.
All right, relevant. So, as far as away game, you guys, I'm sure, are going down to Oakland for the Seattle game, correct?
Well, not for the Seattle game. We're going to be playing in London.
Oh, that's right. I forgot all about that.
Yeah, it's a home game.
That's because
it's a home game for us, but we're in London.
Still listed as a home game.
Yeah.
That's right.
Right. Other than that, I haven't missed a game in Oakland, bro. And I don't know how many years. I've had season tickets for a long time, but I make it to all the games down there.
Right on. Now that's cool. I'll see you out there this year then. I don't know which game.
Awesome.
I don't know which game. I can only make it to like one a year, but I don't know which one I'm hitting up yet. I'm waiting for my son. He's in the Navy to let me know which when he's going to be home and which game. If you're coming out by yourself, brother, I got an extra ticket in the Black Hole for every game, man. Right on, man. Right on. I will.
Except home opener, I got one of my club members. I got one of my club members already claimed that one. So,
right on.
As far as any other games the rest of the season down there, I got 6 others. Hit me up, brother.
Will do, man.
Nice.
Will do. That's awesome.
You come sit with me in the hole, man.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
Hell yeah. All right, man. Well, before we get off, man, just give us some encouragement.
I got a question.
Tom's got some stuff here.
Please.
Mr. Skittles, what was your whole take on that crap?
On Mr. Skittles?
Yeah.
Tom's
Marshawn Lynch.
Tom's not a fan of Lynch.
Man.
We argue a lot, but since he's from Seattle,
I love Marshawn, man. He's born and raised in the town and in Oakland, man, and he's a different character, brother, but truthfully, the man comes to work. You give him the ball, he's going to get it done. People were real upset last year, but you look at the first 10 games or so, he was averaging like 7 carries a game. Like, what do you expect a brother to do with 7 carries,
You go. I try and explain it, Tom. If you go to the second half of last season,
exactly.
I think
the last 4 games.
I think Beast Mode was the best running back in the league.
He was. The last 4 games, he outpaced everybody.
Yep.
And got more than half of his yards in the last 4 games.
Yeah, look at how his carries went from 7, 8 carries a game to 18 carries a game.
And I started
20 carries a game,
I started right after the first game last year going, why is he only getting the ball 5 times and sitting on a bike the rest of the game? And I stayed on that, and he doesn't even have an official carry in preseason yet, so I'm hoping that doesn't carry over into this year. One good rush and then see you later.
With the line, with the center of the line we have between both guards and our center, and then, between Jackson, Osamele and Hudson, then having that fullback, is a real smart move. I think this offseason bringing in Keith Smith from Dallas, guy's just a punishing fullback.
Yeah.
I think you're gonna see a whole lot of smash mouth this year, and the backs are gonna get their carries.
Yeah,
I hope so.
They're going to run it right up the gut.
Truthfully, the reason why I have a problem with Mr. Skittles is just because his mother whined when he got hurt.
Oh, that's
that's where I draw the line. Your mother starts whining, no. Shut up, man. You're a grown man. Your mother shouldn't be taking to Twitter and defending your ass.
And I ain't never gonna have nothing bad to say about Mama, man. She comes to all the games.
I'm with you, Doug. I'm right there with you. We like to get Tom riled up on his Skittles rants, but hey, the nation was divided last year. There's people that love him and people that hate him. I happen to love the man.
I love him. I love what he does for the community in Oakland, man. I mean, it's
absolutely you can't
pretty
knock
right,
that, man.
And I love how he tells the media to eat a buffet.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I do respect him for that.
Yeah, no, I love his media
that would be me.
personality.
That would be me every game. Eat your bag of they're over there on a buffet table. See you later. And I'd go and I'd be on my way.
Y'all's interview with Derek ain't very interesting.
And then, but I disagree with a couple of the things, like a couple of the issues we had on field last year with the Aqib Talib and the Marcus Peters, but. That type of crap, man, I could do without. As long as you come to work and you bust some heads, that's all I'm looking for.
Yeah. Hey, if we can get the last 4 games of last year out of him, 16 of them this year, freaking great.
Yeah,
great. I would love that.
As long as they don't split the carries too much up, I think he's got a good shot at about 1,200 yards this year.
Yeah. I figured that out. I mean. Last 4 games, he would have had 1,300 something if he just kept that pace the whole year.
He was the top running back in the NFL last half of the season.
Yeah, you gotta feed the beast, brother.
Yep. But you know what? We got the coaches in there now that they
know how to coach.
Know how to coach. Know how to use.
Yeah.
They know how to put these players to work.
Yeah, these coaches are leaders of men that we have now.
Yeah.
They know how to get the best out of you. They have good designs, good schemes. I think the defense is going to be 2,000% improved.
Oh yeah,
it already
are.
The defense is the defense is better than preseason than it was in any regular season game last year.
Yeah, it's I mean, I love Ken Norton Jr. as a player, and I think he was a great linebackers coach. He just wasn't ready for a coordinator position, and to me, it just felt like until we fired him, it felt like we were running vanilla preseason defense literally up until the day we fired him.
We sure were.
And ironically, as soon as we fire him, and the defense, literally the next week, we start getting sacks. We get our first interception. I mean,
yeah,
it was the same exact players. Not like we just brought in a bunch of new players after we fired him. It was the same exact players, but all of a sudden they could play defense.
Right.
Now you got Gunther, who's 19 years a coordinator now, and I mean the guy's a savage. His designs are just great, man. I can't wait to see us feast on quarterbacks this year.
Yeah, that's my favorite, outlook for the season is Gunther. I think this dude is just he's
the truth.
Yeah. He's going to put the Raiders back on the map this year. I think
he's Chuck's MVP.
Yeah, he's my MVP, man. Gunther's my MVP. Just the best defensive mind. This is what we need. We need a real defensive coordinator, and now we got one.
It's real.
So.
Yeah, we finally got one.
Yeah. Unfortunately, they have to relearn how to tackle because you can't look at the ground or whatever. But we'll figure it out with these new rules how to work our way through it.
I think you're not even allowed to be on the field now.
Yeah, I'm just hoping we don't get no Vaseline too many times this year with that.
Yep.
Helmet, that new helmet rule is just ridiculous, man.
Yeah, it is ridiculous, man, and it doesn't, it doesn't make sense. Like I understand we want to keep people safe, but Jesus.
Yeah, if you want to be safe, go
play baseball.
Tom was saying earlier that
go play some curling or something, man. It's a man's game.
Right. Make football violent again. I'll wear that hat.
Hey, I want football violent again. But it's an inherently violent game. You can't take the hitting out of it. You can't.
No.
It's impossible. without it being flag or touch football.
Right, which nobody's going to watch.
Yeah.
It's just ridiculous, man.
Right.
I mean, how do you tell a 28, 30-year-old man that's literally trained, his muscles have been trained to react and move in a certain way since he was 5 years old. Now you can't do that anymore. I mean, it's not, they're not even thinking about it. It's instinctual at this point, you know? I mean, you can't change 30 years of your body and muscles doing the same exact thing. It's just not going to happen.
Yeah. Nah, we'll see how this pans out in the season. Like I said earlier on the show, I think that these refs are gonna, I think they're throwing more laundry over this stuff in the preseason just to kind of show how ridiculous it is. Hopefully.
It's almost like an intimidation tactic, you know?
Right, and then we'll see in the season. I think they'll slow down on that, man, because that
they're
flag.
They're gonna have to. There's gonna be too much blowback.
Yeah, that flag last night was ridiculous.
It's going to change too many games.
Yeah.
It's going to change too many games.
It's good. There's going to be 6-hour games with this. They're going to go to replay. They're going to look at this hit, and it's going to go on and on.
Listen to how they said too that they just kind of changed the wording and they called it themselves a gray area. Like, well, when the top ref, in the NFL's saying this is a gray area, well, that's putting too much of the game into a referee's hand to say, well, since you can't replay it, too bad. I said it's a foul. There's 15 yards in it, and if it's the second one, you're ejected from the game.
Yeah,
and it could be on a bad call. Now you could lose, your best player.
Yeah,
I think it's putting too much power into the referee's hands, and I think it opens the door for some corruption, man.
Yeah, I agree. I think we're all on the same page, man. But all right.
That's neither here nor there.
Right. The beers will still flow.
Yes.
What? All right. So before we let you go, man, 2 more questions. One, give a message, a shout out to Raider Nation. Any words from the heart that you wanna speak?
Oh man, just stay loyal to the soil. Don't believe some of the bullshit you read out here, like regarding Mac or this and that and the other thing. You just stay true to the Raiders. Raiders stay true to you. That's what it's always about. Man, you just don't just don't sell out. Don't be that guy, man. You stay loyal.
All right, man.
And it's always about them. Raiders.
There you go. Last thing I bring up, man, besides the preseason game and going on at the Pyramid, any other events, special things you guys have going on, charity fundraisers, barbecues, picnics, a friend needs help moving, whatever, anything you want to announce?
Yeah, don't ask Fitz.
No,
he's done with that.
Yeah, I was doing that all morning. I'm done.
Anything you want to announce that the Black Hole chapter in Seattle has coming up?
Well, we've got to, like I said, we're pretty new, brother. We're trying to really get all of our everything together and all our ducks in a row. I say we got some things working for Special Olympics up here, some of our Northwest Harvest, some of our food banks, some of like community showers for the homeless, veterans, children's hospital, things of this nature. We're trying to coordinate and get all these things together. And as far as barbecues, we just had that last month. There's a big Northwest barbecue every year in July here at Lake Sammamish. So next year you'll see July also. But we'll be putting stuff out. We're going to have a big meet and greet, like launch party up here at sometime this year. We're still trying to get out the logistics and everything figured out on it, brother.
All right.
Nice.
Right on, man. Well,
but you take a look at the Black Hole Seattle chapter on Facebook or the Black Hole Seattle on Instagram. We'll have information on watch parties and events and whatnot, and everything that we do put together. You can always find them there.
All right, man.
Awesome.
This has been a great call. It was really cool talking to you, and we'll probably reach out again before the London game, because before that London game, I'm actually going to be talking to a guy from a Seahawks club in the Bay Area.
In the Bay Area.
Yeah, I know. How's that work? But then I'd like to get you on there too again. So we'll try and work that out.
Hey, whatever, brother. Just give me a call and let me know, man. Just give me a little bit of heads up. If I'm available, I always got you guys, brother.
All right, brother. And we will. I'll definitely hit you up and let you know when I'm coming out to the town.
Yeah, absolutely, definitely, man. We'll definitely put you on there, brother.
All right, man. Thank you very much.
Hey, take it easy.
All right, guys, man. You guys have a great day. Go Raiders.
Go Raiders.
Raiders.
All right. Bye.
27-0. The Raiders have dominated Seattle today.
Dick, it's almost as if the Raiders just played their way through the regular season and then shifted gears coming into the playoffs. We watched them in action against Pittsburgh last week, and they didn't ever look back. They've done the same thing here from a fast start.
Play NFL 83 will take you right into the locker room where the Raiders get their comments. Mark Wilson sits on it, and the Los Angeles Raiders pack their bags and head to Tampa.
All right, so we heard from Dougie Raider, Black Hole chapter, Seattle.
Nice.
Up and coming chapter.
Yeah.
Definitely sounds like a real solid dude.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
Yeah.
Good dude.
Anybody
good crew.
traveling up to that area, definitely check these guys out. Man.
Yeah, man. Look up the Black Hole Seattle on Facebook, Instagram, and I'm sure we probably have people listening in Seattle area too because it's big Raider country.
All right.
All right, you're in Raider Nation when you're in Seattle.
Yeah, okay, good job. Great
you're-
seafood, buds, and Raider Nation, man.
Yeah,
You know.
absolutely. Yeah, they got all that. Good beer too.
And good beers too, man.
Before there was such a thing as craft beer, Seattle was brewing it.
Yep.
I hear they have good coffee too.
Yeah, nice.
So they say.
Got to have that in the morning.
Yeah.
Yes.
The autumn wind is a pirate, blustering in from sea. With a rollicking song he sweeps along, swaggering boisterously. His face is weather-beaten. He wears a hooded sash, with a silver hat about his head, and a bristling black mustache. He growls as he storms the country, a villain big and bold. And the trees all shake and quiver and quake as he robs them of their gold. The autumn wind is a raider, pillaging just for fun. He'll knock you round and upside down and laugh when he's conquered and won.
Hey, what's up? You're listening to the Fan Club Blitz with Splatterhead and Fitz, posted by the NJ Black Hole. We are here at the Irish Cottage in Hamburg, New Jersey.
Next.
Oh wait, are we allowed to go off the rails now?
Nope. We're doing.
I need to download a copy of the schedule.
We're doing your damn music bit now, Fitz. We're doing your music bit.
Oh well, remind me later to download a copy of the schedule because I have no idea.
I haven't sent it to you.
This structure. You see, that's why I don't know what's going on. I need structure in my life.
I'm going to change it next week.
Yeah. It's going to be different.
Yep.
Wow.
Change the name of the show.
We're gonna go off the rails with off the rails now.
Yeah.
How about let you start up the music this week? Let's see what you got for us.
I got to tell you, man. I've seen all my favorite bands now in my life. All right. The Meteors, the band that turned me on to this thing called Psychobilly, right? Seeing them play, that was a big day for me. So I saw the Pogues on the Grace with God tour. I would have, for the rest of my life, said that was the greatest show I've ever seen. I saw Fear the night before my daughter was born. I was actually sitting in front of my house after the Fear show with a guy from work that went with me, drinking beers, not knowing my wife was inside, in labor. And, so that was March 3rd. I saw Fear, 1995. The last time I saw Fear was March 3rd here in Jersey. And we're going to go see him again. I can't count the amount of times I've seen Motorhead. I once saw the Stray Cats twice in one day.
Wow.
And then saw them again a month later. Seen all my favorite bands, and I had a list of like what was this is the best, show I've ever seen. I went to see Suicidal Tendencies last year. That was the first time I saw them. Great show. But I never got to see, even though I'm a California boy, never got to see the Blasters. And I went to see the Blasters last weekend, and hands down, even though it's not 1984, it wasn't the original lineup. They didn't have the horn players, they didn't have the piano, and Phil Alvin looks like my grandfather. It was the best show I've ever been to in my life. I'm still stoked. I'm still in awe over what I witnessed. And so if anybody out there has never listened to the Blasters and doesn't know their catalog, I'm sure you've heard their songs on, you've watched From Dusk Till Dawn. You've heard some Blasters music. You may not know it was the Blasters, but go out and buy every damn Blasters record you can. Download them, whatever. The Blasters are amazing. That's my band.
No, and you're right. They are. They're an awesome band. I'm glad to hear that they're still kicking it because they're awesome.
They're kicking it. I talked to Phil afterwards like a giddy schoolgirl. I was like, Phil, thank you. And he said, no, thank you. I was like, no, you don't understand. I'm like, all I did was, I'm like, yeah, no, thank you for still doing this.
Yeah.
For still doing this when you don't have to do this. I'm like, I explained to him. I'm like, I know it's not your brother in the band anymore. I know it's not the 1980s anymore. It's not packed houses and the whole deal. I'm like, but that was the best show I've ever been to, and thank you for doing it. And he seemed really kind of shocked by that, and very happy to hear it.
Yeah.
And then they carted him away in a van, and the rest of the band stayed.
Yeah, I can almost see part of his shock because I mean, really, who would have thought there would be like almost any Blasters fans in like Stanhope, New Jersey?
Yeah,
like,
and
it's weird. It's just like a weird area.
Man,
like,
it was a pretty empty crowd. But the people that were there were everybody knew all the words, and it was diehard, Blasters fans.
Yeah, listen, they're one of those bands. You put them on. If you like them, you're gonna love them. You can't get enough. They're awesome. They're an awesome band.
The guy's got one of the best voices.
Yeah.
Rockabilly, country, hillbilly music, whatever. The guy's got the best voice. Between him and Dwight Yoakam, who also covers a Blasters song that they opened up with. Those guys have the best voices in that whole genre.
Yes.
And to see Phil get up there at I don't know how old he is. He's got cauliflower knuckle or whatever you call it, and still got up there, played his guitar like a champ, and sang like an angel.
Awesome.
All right, I'm done. Your turn.
All right. Well, actually, I got thinking about this band recently. I've listened to them forever, but it was actually a comment from our Truth with Tom a couple weeks ago that just made me realize I haven't listened to them in a while. Great band. They're still playing today, but I want to bring a shout back to their first album, and that's Exodus, Bonded by Blood. Great band.
Kill the posers.
Kill the posers. That he said that to me, and I'm like I was telling Chuck the other day. I go, you know what? I can't believe I didn't put two and two together. I go, our own Tom, Truth with Tom here, he's Paul Bailoff. I figured it out. Listen, kiddies, go online, go listen to some old Paul Bailoff interviews, and then listen to the Truth with Tom. It's Tom. Like
it's
they're one and the same.
I've partied with Paul Bailoff.
That has to be nothing short of a party.
It's gotta be close to partying with Tom, but Paul's voice was not. Paul wasn't as loud as Tom.
No, well, hey, the man was an elf.
I've had several cocktails of Bailoff back in the day myself, and the guy was hysterical.
Yeah, some of those old guys.
He was like the thrash metal Belushi.
Yeah.
Yes.
Some of those old guys. I was really bummed. I'll do this and off the rails.
Okay.
Go ahead.
But
Tom.
listen, but Exodus is just a little to you people that don't appreciate. Listen, they jumped on putting the album out late, but they were the band that started it. They're the ones that Metallica traveled up to them. They wanted to be like Exodus.
Kirk Hammett was in Exodus.
He was in Exodus, yes. But they were. I don't know the guys. I wasn't in the scene. I'm guessing that I don't know. They were maybe too busy partying to say put an album out. Let's just go play bars. But meanwhile, like the Metallicas, they jumped in, they put the album out, they got all the glory. But those bands
Metallica had better hair.
Yeah.
I think that's why they went further than Exodus.
Yeah, well, Bailoff had that giant afro.
Bailoff was dumpy, short, dumpy, frizzy hair,
like a short, thick Manitoba with that giant head of hair, But that's what those guys came up to be Exodus because that's how awesome.
But I did. First time I partied with Bailoff involves. It involves the Hells Angels clubhouse in San Francisco, a warehouse in Oakland, and a lot of details I can't go into.
Fitz mentioned Bond. I think that is my actual. I'm dyed-in-the-wool Slayer fan. Slayer's my absolute favorite band of all time, but my favorite album of all time is Bonded by Blood.
It's a great album.
They opened that show where they opened for Slayer and Venom in New York City, and it was their first time on the East Coast. And as soon as they started, it was mayhem.
That was at the Garden Theater, right?
No, actually, it was at the old Studio 54.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right. There's a VHS tape out there that you can rent at Blockbuster.
Yes, I'm actually in the crowd scenes.
Nice.
In the beginning of that tape. As soon as they hit the stage, it was just mayhem, and that band was, I said Metallica who since I seen that.
Murder in the front as the blood hits the stage.
That was, it ain't no tuna fish. And it ain't no trout. It's piranha. And then, Hunting hitting those drums, man.
Did you ever hear Piranha, his other band?
No.
Yeah, that's what he was doing after Exodus.
Okay.
San Francisco thing.
Yeah.
They never went very far.
Yes.
He had to buy this ridiculously expensive PA system because he lost his voice.
Yeah.
I mean, he couldn't. When you talk to him, I was like,
yeah.
But he was still singing.
Yeah.
And he had this super touchy PA system and everything, and it was good. They did a lot of Exodus songs.
Yeah. And the band, to me the band's good with, who they got, Zetro Sousa's back singing for him.
Right.
They had the one cat from Jersey, had that band, I forget what the hell his name is now, but he sang with him for a bunch of years. But, with Zetro, they recorded some good albums, man.
Oh, absolutely.
Fabulous Disaster. That's a freaking great album, man.
No, they still have a good catalog. It's just, that Bailoff is just...
the newest one they put out, Blood In, Blood Out, I thought that was phenomenal.
That was the original, that whole era back then, though.
Yeah.
That was that was a great time for metal and crossover and hardcore.
Yep.
I mean, I remember it was Exodus, Slayer, Destruction, Creator. There was so much good stuff going on, man.
Yeah.
And back then, you could go to a metal show and it would be, a metal band and a hardcore band and a punk band, and everybody just went in and beat the crap out of each other and had a great time. The skinheads and the metalheads and the sueys and everybody just just unadulterated violence. It was great stuff.
That was the best.
It was like football used to be.
It was. It was like football used to be.
Yeah,
but it was awesome because that whole genre brought into finally stop the bullshit of guys like us who liked metal, liked hard rock, and liked punk. So they all admitted it. You didn't have the pretentious bullshit of I love Iron Maiden, but you don't have the Steve Harris saying I hate punk rock. Punk rock has nothing to do with our music. When listen to the first two albums, it clearly does. But we're not gonna delve into that now.
Yeah, absolutely.
But at least these dudes all
Tiano would disagree.
Yes, he would.
Yeah. Yes, punk rock was awesome.
But that's what I loved about all these guys. Even the Metallicas. They're whatever. I'm not a huge Metallica fan, but Metallica, Slayer, Exodus, all those guys. At least they came out and said, "Listen, we love metal, we love punk."
Metallica was huge.
Yeah.
Kill 'Em All and Ride the Lightning were big
they
impacts.
were great. Oh, I'm not going to take it away.
Now going they were huge influence on me. Going back now, though, I will say hands down that Killing Is My Business is a much better album than Kill 'Em All. The recording wise, no, but songwriting,
the content, absolutely.
Just a phenomenal record.
I have always preferred Mechanics over the Four Horsemen.
Mustaine had something to prove when he recorded that.
Yes.
And just the riff to the title track is who writes that?
No.
I mean, somebody who's on a lot of cocaine.
Yeah.
But which reminds me, some people were upset by my Facebook post.
I thought
night.
that was hysterical.
I don't look. I'm not encouraging people to do cocaine. I always hated cocaine. But damn, did it smell good. And that was my problem.
that was everybody's problem.
It smells so good.
Everybody liked the smell of it.
All right.
I love the smell of an 8-ball in the morning.
Now that I'm older and wiser, stay away from that stuff.
Yeah, that's a
no bueno.
Yeah.
Stay out. Go listen to some Exodus and don't do coke.
Yes, exactly.
All right, Tom, you have a band, or did you already do it?
No, actually, I've been listening to who I think should have been on the Big Four. If one of them didn't die, I would guess they would have to be. I'm going to say rest in peace to Tony Bono. But I'm talking about the band Whiplash from New Jersey. To me,
That's a new one for me.
To me, they're up there with Exodus. Quintessential American thrash band. You open a dictionary, you look at thrash metal, there it is. I mean, Power and Pain, Insult to Injury, Ticket to Mayhem, insane albums.
I don't.
Probably, definitely the greatest metal band to come out of Jersey. Sorry, Overkill, but that's the way it is.
I don't know this band, but you brought up Overkill. Here's my thing. I grew up on the West Coast, which was the epicenter of thrash metal and speed metal. Okay, and then you had these bands from the East Coast. Anthrax, Overkill comes to mind. And my problem with those bands is like we had our thrash metal scene and speed metal, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
And then you had the East Coast bands who they had the right sound, but then the singers were still singing like they were in like glam rock bands.
Yeah.
Like with that, so did Whiplash do that too? Because I know Overkill and Anthrax always bothered me.
These guys were a three-piece thrash band from Passaic, New Jersey.
All right, home of Jack Tatum.
Yeah,
yes, sir.
And they tore it up. Their drummer Tony Scaglione, he replaced Lombardo. I think he was the first one to replace Lombardo at some point.
It wasn't the first one. The first one was Kat from San Jose from the band. They used to be Forbidden Evil, then they became Forbidden. That was the first guy to replace Lombardo.
Oh, Bostaff was the first one?
Yeah.
I always thought Scaglione was. Scaglione only played like maybe 9 shows with Slayer. Didn't record anything.
I know because we all in
and then
San Jose.
And then Lombardo came back.
We were all in San Jose going, really? Because Forbidden... they were a joke in that whole scene.
Yeah, they never did anything for me either.
Right. And even to the locals, they were like, really? You going to pick this guy?
Yeah.
But he did okay.
But, 25 years later,
right?
He's a pretty good drummer, man.
Yeah, exactly. Good for him.
Yeah. Excellent. Yeah, definitely good for him.
He kept the beat, and he didn't ask about any financial stuff. So he fit Slayer perfectly.
Yeah. He didn't want to get paid.
Yes.
Yeah. Like poor Dave,
Yeah, how dare you? Where's the money going? You're out.
Can I get paid? You're fired.
Yeah. Well, he was getting paid, but he just wanted a little more than $10 million for the year. I think it was along those lines.
Right. Well, I'm sure he's not getting that with suicidal tendencies.
I don't think Mike Murray's paying him $10 million a year. Or the Misfits. Even between the both of them, I don't think he's making $10 million a year.
6,000 maybe.
Yeah, about like that.
Maybe the Misfits played one show. So
yeah.
And he got a gift certificate to the bagel tree.
All right.
Yeah, so look that band up, man. Whiplash.
We only have a few minutes left, so we got to go off the rails.
Let's do it. Finally. I got nothing. No.
Okay, off the rails is over.
I got one thing. Listen, it's summertime, so a lot of outdoor concerts. We have outdoor venues here, Bethel Woods, PNC. They have, a lot of my friends, I got to endure their stupid Facebook crap with these, what they call, I guess, the country super ticket or whatever. So it's like you buy these passes and you get to see all these so-called country artists, whatever. It's painful listening to my friends talk about it because they're all younger than me. They didn't listen to the 70s, Waylon, Merle Haggard. They didn't listen to any of that. and I got to hear them talk about these people. I can't even think of their names right now off the top of my head. These
Dirks Bentley?
yes, stupid, crappy names like that.
Kenny Chesney?
Yeah, I got to hear like, oh man, you would like them. I'm like, really?
He sings a song about a sexy tractor.
Yeah. Well, I'm like, I don't think I would. They're like, no, man, no, you got to see. He goes, they're badass. I'm like, no, listen. I go, let me tell you about, you want to talk about country badass? Country badass is when you're Waylon Jennings and you're in your studio recording, and the mailman brings that package of cocaine that you ordered.
And the police are shortly behind.
Yes, and you're running through your studio being chased by the cops to get to the bathroom to flush said package before you get arrested. Successfully so. That's badass. Not, I'm singing about a tractor, and I'm wearing my baseball hat backwards.
I got a man bun under my cowboy hat. And
No. Badass is 5 steps in front of the cops trying to dump that cocaine that apparently has a great smell to it from what I heard earlier today. Down the toilet before you get arrested. That's badass.
There's people that out there that read that post and that listen to this that can right now smell that.
I can.
And it's been years.
It's been like 20 years, but I can't.
I know
that distinct smell.
That's even for the bad stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. Tom said he'll be right back. He has to go get something.
Hey, there's children listening to this.
No. I don't have the disposable income for that anymore.
No.
He just has to run down the main street for a minute.
I got to remember my kids listen to this.
He's a
They're adults.
Man.
They're adults.
They're good.
It's not like when they were young. Like, I got to remember, like, my kids are adults now. But I remember, like, when my daughter was, like, she's 24 now. I remember when she was, like, 15, and we were sitting there watching TV together, and we're watching To Catch a Predator. Remember that show?
Yeah.
And it was like both of us at the same time just looked at each other and was like, yeah, we're both going to have to be more careful on the internet now.
I know,
but they're both older now, and so I don't have to be as careful. But I still I'm listening to Dad talk about cocaine. And again, I don't condone. I tell don't do it. Just say no.
Right. I always just got my daughter open at her bedroom window yelling, "Dad, Mom says to shut the garage door. You're stinking up the neighborhood." That's all I ever got.
What's that sound? I think that's Murph taking us off his page.
Yeah. We're in trouble now. Now it's funny though. You look back on your past and how much your life has changed now. Like crap you used to do when you were young.
Yeah.
Even the stuff we used to eat. Like I remember. You remember that gum that had like the juice in the middle?
Yeah. Bubblicious.
Was that what? I don't know.
Get into it and
Yeah,
I think it was Bubblicious.
And it reminded you of that one time at summer camp with your weird uncle.
I promised I would never talk about that again.
You're like, that was the last time you ever ate that gum. You were like, this reminds me of Uncle Larry.
I promised myself I'd never talk about that again.
All right.
And he wasn't an uncle. He was the man of the cloth. He said it was a ticket to heaven. I don't know what he was talking about.
All right. We've jumped the shark.
Yeah, we're done. We're done.
We're fired.
Yeah. Sorry, Murph. Sorry, Raiders organization. They're going to revoke our Black Hole chapter.
Yeah. Sorry, Rob. Cisco. We're losing control.
Yes.
So much for that schedule.
This is what we do when we don't drink.
Yeah.
All right. Back on track.
Wow.
Let's talk about next week. On the next episode, we're going to have Rob Rivera, the founder of the Black Hole.
Okay.
Co-founder of the Black Hole.
That sounds
Is
great.
going to be on, and that's a week before the home opener in Oakland. So
All
he's
right.
going to tell us about the big event, the big party they have out there every year, the season kickoff party by the Black Hole, the tailgate party, the whole 9 yards. We're also on the show. We're gonna have Mikey Rader from Mondays with Mikey and Murph. We're gonna have Mikey on, and we're gonna have Jeff from that secret club I can't mention by name. And we're gonna hit them up about some of these crazy conspiracy theories that they both hold true
I
to.
can't wait.
So we'll do that, and then we'll talk to Rob, and that'll be for the next episode of this podcast. And by the way, next Sunday, Labor Day weekend, we have our Labor Day party. It'll be our second one, and we're gonna be throwing it down here at the Irish Cottage Inn. We're gonna have a big Black Hole party here.
Okay.
And listen, peeps out there listening to us, even if you're not a member, or you want to be a member, or you want to hang out with members and you're a Raider fan, feel free to come by and join us at our party.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You know, it's
food, grub.
You know, come see what we're all about.
It's fun.
And meet some of the guys and girls. And
as Doug said earlier, man, join the Black Hole. Come on. It's good times.
Yeah. It could be worse.
BlackHoleFans.net.com, one of the two. Find us on Facebook. Become a member. It's great.
Yep. Our slogan, join the Black Hole, because it doesn't suck.
That's right.
There you go.
Football, beer, shenanigans.
Yeah, it's always shenanigans.
And no posers, because our own Tom Bailoff here will kill the posers.
Yeah, no posers.
Tom Bailoff.
I do think I was called that several times in my life.
Shocker.
Yes.
That's a shocker.
Back in the day, I think I was called Bailoff by people at some point.
Yeah. This show has officially gone longer than the one that we did with the Cowboys lady.
Yeah, but this one was more entertaining.
I believe so. I don't know. Last week was pretty entertaining.
Yeah.
I enjoyed that show.
Yeah. But we actually got to say stuff, too, this week, though.
But we do keep pushing those boundaries.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I will, I say we close it out.
I think you're right.
All right.
All right, guys.
We'll see you next week.
Thanks for tuning in, and don't forget, give us a call, 732-798-0257. Ooh, we have an email now. You can email us at fcblitz, as in Fan Club Blitz, fcblitz at murphsfancave.com.
All right.
Shoot us an email, find us on Facebook, and as Bailoff would say,
Kill posers.
all right.
See you next week.
Good night.
Bye.
Bye.